Alright, in this Geek Tip video I'm going to show you how to clean up Windows 11 with two built-in programs. First one is called Storage Sense, second one is called Disk Cleanup. Storage Sense is a fairly new program. It actually came into Windows 10 in version 1803. So it's only what, 3-4 years old, whereas disk cleanup has been around for decades. So, all right, let's go into Storage Sense. First thing we're going to do is we're going to left click on the Start button. We're going to bring up the Start menu. We're going to go into Settings. Okay, right here off of the System category, we're going to scroll down. We're going to go to Storage. Here you'll actually see Storage Management, and there's Storage Sense. Storage Sense is not turned on by default. It's actually turned off. It's actually turned on this machine. So we're going to click on it, and we'll show you some of the features of it. Here, let's bring it up a little bit larger. There we go. So we actually have, the ability to turn it on and leave it on. We can have it set on a schedule. The schedule is, preset. You can do it every day, every week, every month, or only when you're starting to run out of space. It'll also delete files in your recycle bin based on how long they've been there. And also the same thing, it'll actually clean up the files in your download folder based on how long they haven't been opened, haven't been touched. So these can all be run automatically, or you can run it manually just by clicking the Run Storage Sense Now button down here. But it's pretty simple. It can keep things cleaned up for you, really nice. But if you want a few more options, a little more oomph in your cleaning power, we want to go over to Disk Cleanup. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the Start button. This time we're going to go to All Apps, and we're going to scroll down, and we want to go to Windows Tools. Okay, so we're going to find Disk Cleanup here. If we double left click on it, it's going to prompt us. It'll only prompt you if you have more than one drive in your computer. This computer actually has two. So it prompts you for what drive you want to clean up. So we click on C. It's going to give us all the options in regards to user files, not system files. So this will actually clean up all the user files, all of the different areas of the user. But if you want to clean up system files, you have to click the button down here that says Clean Up System Files. Then what it does is it actually pops up, and it will ask you again what drive you want to clean. So if we select C, that's where Windows is located. It's actually installed on C drive. So you'll get all these massive amount of options here, which will allow you to really regain a lot of free space. So, just out of curiosity, let me show you what happens if we run it on the D drive. See, there are no user files over on the D drive, so your options are going to be very minimal, especially if you say clean up system files. We go to that. Windows is installed there, so our options there are not very few. So, but now that you have to run manually. But let's say you wanted to get more advanced with disk cleanup. You can do it, but it has to be run through a command prompt up here. So let's go ahead and we're going to open the command prompt, but we're going to run it a little different. You can actually click here. You can right click on it, say Run as Administrator. You can actually go down here. You can right click on the Start button and bring up Windows Terminal. So we're going to do that. I've got it set. We're going to do the as administrator. I've already set up the administrator, or set up the Windows Terminal to open in command prompt. You can actually, you can open a PowerShell and terminal, but I've set this one up. All these instructions are all over on geeksinphoenix.com, so I'll go ahead, I'll put a link in the actual notes and description down below this video on YouTube, and you guys can go over there, and all the complete instructions will be over there. So let's go ahead. We're going to run disk cleanup from the command prompt. Now, disk cleanup, actually, its name is not disk cleanup. It's actually clean manager. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to type in clean manager in there. Shows you how we bring it up, but we want to do it with a few more options, and we also want to be able to run this from a shortcut, or we want to put it into a task scheduler and have it run as a task, a scheduled task. So we have the ability to save configurations for disk cleanup. It actually will save in the registry, and we have to just give it command line syntax for it. So we're going to run clean manager, and then we're going to say sage set. That's a system agent set, and then we're going to give it a number. We can go anywhere from 1 to 65,600, and it's a crazy amount of settings you can actually put into it. So we're going to say clean manager system agent set number 1, just for the sake of argument. So now we get all these different options. We get them all. We get all the user and all the system options all at once. You notice it didn't ask for what drive. See, this is a little bit more advanced. We can actually change all these. We can say, okay, we want to do them all. I want to clean up, Windows Update and blah, 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 blah. So we'll go ahead and we'll say, okay, we'll run that, and we're just going to, let's go ahead and run it. This time we're going to use system agent run, and we're going to give it the number that we selected. And as you can see, it's going to go through and it's going to do all the preset settings that we set in that one in that configuration. But let's say we want to be able to use that in our task scheduler. So we're going to, task scheduler is right there. So we're going to go back over here, but I'll show you again how to get back over to task scheduler. It's also inside of Windows Tools. So if we go down here, we're actually going to see task scheduler. Let's open up task scheduler. All right. Let's create ourselves a basic task over here on the left-hand side, or right-hand side, I should say. So we'll create a basic task. There we go. Name, we're just going to call it disk cleanup. Disk cleanup, how about that? Yeah. Disk cleaning. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we're going to say next. When do we want to run it? Okay, well, okay, well, we're just going to say monthly, just for the sake of argument here. So, months, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're just going to preset our definition here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there we go. Next, we're going to start a program. So we're going to click on that, and program, script, we're going to browse. We're going to go over to the, I've got to go into Windows, System 32. We'll scroll down to Clean Manager. Like I say, we've got all these instructions over on the actual blog. So we're going to make this a little bit quick. We're just going to type in Clean Manager, exe. We already know it's in the Windows System 32 folder. So now, arguments. You remember when we used the sage set and sage run command line arguments, well, that's what we're going to do here. We're going to sage run 1. Boom. And there we go. We now have a scheduled task. Disk cleanup. It's ready to go. It'll run that pre-configured disk cleanup setup that we did, and it'll run on schedule. The schedule we set. So for a full, complete rundown of everything inside this video, follow the link in the description down below. And like I say, the blog on the website has all the links you need to be able to open up the command prompt with administrator privileges, and it just goes through it all. So if you have any more questions, comments, feel free to jump out and reach out, touch us, and let us know what you think. Again, this is another geek tip from Geeks in Phoenix. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.